Hello and welcome back to the show. We are here for race 8 of the Formula 1 2020 season, the YouTube racing team. We're at Baku in Azerbaijan. Now, if you look at the R&D progress, you can see major part for the engine power has broken. So we're going to go ahead and request that they retry that. Give that another go, because we will need that in the upcoming races. I'm also saving the rest of my points, the other 468 points, for my next upgrade, which I'm hoping is going to be a big one. If you look at the progress history, we are level with Alfa Romeo, a bit ahead of Williams, although they have gained again with that part failing. If that part hadn't failed, we would have been up with Alfa Tauri, Renault and Haas. So we are making gains. We just need to stop these parts from failing. I'm getting pretty annoyed with it, to be honest, because every part I try to research and develop for the car just seems to fail. But we have put some investment into this area, so we've invested in the aero department, which means less chance of failures. Put some money towards that. Also put some money towards a simulator, which should help Joe's pace. And I tell you what, I think it's worked. Practice 1, I mean, this is a good track for us. Baku is a good track, lots of long straights, lots of fast sections. That plays right into the YouTube racing team's hand. But in practice 1, Guan Yu Zhou was actually, I think he was about 12th, 13th, something like that, and we were the fastest. But in practice 3, we were fastest, and Guan Yu Zhou was 8th fastest, both out on the soft tyres. So Baku is the start of a few tracks, which should be pretty good for us, actually. There's a few high-speed tracks coming up, which will play into our favour in the YouTube racing team car. We have the speed advantage over a lot of the teams that are sort of relative to us in pace that we're fighting with in the championship. So, you know, we should have a good advantage over them in these coming few races, which will make a change, because the last few races, as you've seen, we've not got into the points and we have been struggling. Let's see what we can do around Baku. Very fast city circuit, this one. Not much room for mistakes, of which I made many in Monaco. But I like this track. I hate Monaco. It's a terrible track. Don't like it at all. I like this track. This track promotes overtaking. It's fast, it's technical, and it does play into our hands in this car. And look, we are gaining on Leclerc here. Leclerc in the Ferrari is being caught by the little YouTube racing team car. Don't like that section. And all that good work I've done on catching Leclerc, gone now. But we're not expected to be fighting with the Ferraris. That is the one section where I do lose a lot of time. And it's not down to the car, it's completely down to me. I'm not very good at it. Sometimes I nail it, sometimes I do alright there. Most of the time I don't. We're going to have a fast time here. I think we're still going to be faster than Leclerc. I think I've gained on him in this lap. Forgot to hit the DRS there, though. That won't help. And we crossed the line.
That's the fastest lap so far.
That's what we like to hear from Jeff. He's changed his tune a bit from Monaco. Right, we're going to return to the garage. You know what? We genuinely might not need to go out for another run. I don't think we do. Look how much quicker we are than Leclerc. 0.8 of a second. And I haven't changed the difficulty settings at all. Incredible, the difference between this and Monaco. Difference is how good I am, though. I like this track. It's a good track for me. But we're not going to bother going out again. Hamilton's done a 1:43.8. This doesn't seem right. Why am I so quick? Why is my car so fast around here? I mean, I haven't changed it. I mean, Guan Yu Zhou, yeah, he's higher up than he would usually be. But he's not as high up as he was in practice. I haven't changed the difficulty settings, so I don't know what's gone on here, really. That was me giving it everything I've got, and that is the fastest lap of the weekend so far that I've done. I don't know if maybe like the Mercedes and the Red Bulls are sandbagging a bit. The Red Bulls though haven't been that quick, and they don't do well at these fast circuits. Look at Albon down in 11th there. Guan Yu Zhou 18th. That's better than he's done at any of the previous races. So yeah, Guan Yu Zhou qualifies in 18th place, doesn't get through. But that is better than he's done. That's his best qualifying so far. That's better than he's done up to now. So, well done to Guan Yu Zhou. Somehow we're fastest. Seems a bit weird. Don't really know why that's the case. I think the Mercedes are sandbagging because they've been a lot faster than the Ferraris all weekend long. So, yeah, we'll see how qualifying 2 goes. Literally, I don't know why I'm so quick. We've run 1 of Quali 2, and we're going to try something here. We're going out on the medium tyres. Now, whatever tyre you set the fastest time in Quali 2, if you qualify in the top 10, you start on that tyre for the race. And I think the medium tyres, starting on the medium tyres, will give me a tactical advantage over starting on the soft tyres. That's my thoughts on it anyway. So we're going to see what we can do with the mediums. They might not be quick enough. They might be. They might be a bit slow. But I was a lot quicker than the others in Quali 1. And I don't know if maybe they've been sandbagging though. But we can always do another run if it doesn't work on the mediums. So it's not the end of the world. If we're not fast enough on these, we can go out again on the softs. Already I can feel these mediums, they're a lot more slidey than the softs, a lot less grip. You can really feel the difference. 1.1 seconds per lap slower apparently, the mediums than the softs. So I'm giving up over a second, in theory, on the time that I would get if I was on the softs. Had to lift a bit through there, because I was offline. That wasn't anything to do with the tyres, that was just me not driving properly. But we've hit the DRS this time, so across the line, what time are we going to do? So 1:43.4. Well, that's not bad at all then, because that's 0.8 of a second slower than we were in the first run in Quali 1 on the soft. Yeah, we're not doing another lap, Jeff. Let's head back to the garage and see if that's enough. We're 7th.
We're 6th in the speed trap.
And 6th in the speed trap. Thanks, Jeff. We're 7th. And I think we might be safe. We're 0.4 of a second faster than Alex Albon, who's on the cusp of going out here. Who might improve that's behind us? Sainz could. Albon certainly could. Leclerc could. Norris could. And Ricciardo could. So there are enough that could improve. I'll go out for another run. And I'll whack on some softs to do it. Right, yeah, we're not safe. We're in 7th, but we're not safely through on those mediums. So just to be on the safe side, we are going to do another run on the softs. See what we can do. Already 0.3 of a second up on my time in the medium, on the medium tyres. Oh, that's not good. We've done the fastest first sector. That is how quick we are in a straight line. I think we are the fastest car here in a straight line, and that's without that major engine power train upgrade, whatever it was called. Oh, no. No, we've lost it. We've lost it. We might still do a faster time, you know. Maybe not. 4 tenths per second down. Yeah, no. Losing it through there made us lose the time for sure. But we are still 7th. So that is going to be enough to get us through. Just turn everything down and head back to the pits. Hopefully that should be enough. I know there's some cars still out on flying laps, but yeah, that mistake through that section that I don't like just threw me off there. Put pay to any chance I had of improving on that time. It was a bit of a scruffy lap leading up to that anyway. The first half of the lap wasn't great, despite me having the fastest sector 1. But that's more down to the car than me. This car is phenomenal in a straight line now. And if we had that powertrain upgrade, we'd be even faster in a straight line. So with that to come, we're going to be a monster on the high-speed tracks later on this season. Yes, we are through. We get through in 7th. Nobody else improves. And we will start the Azerbaijan Grand Prix on the medium tyre. I don't think anyone improved, actually. Everyone's pretty much in the same position. Albon jumped up a couple of positions. Charles Leclerc might have improved a bit. And because of that, we do have 2 fresh sets of soft tyres. So I can do 2 runs and just go full beans on both of them and just try and get the fastest lap possible. Right, quali 3, let's go. No mistakes. Let's see what we can do. So the other cars that are very fast in a straight line are the Racing Points. They are mighty in a straight line. But we are faster. Oh, that's not good. But we are fastest, even with that little blip there. We are fastest through Sector 1 of anyone. Hamilton just went fastest there. I didn't see what time he did. No! Oh no! Oh, bollocks. Right.
Mind that front wing. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage.
I'm still going to go for it. I'm still going to set a lap time here. It won't be as quick, but I don't know if they'll be able to repair that in time for me to get another lap time in. I had to slow right down for that. That's not good at all. Every time I make a mistake in qualifying. Every time. Yeah. And I've been so good. I've barely made a mistake. I've barely done anything in practice. I've been so good, so consistent. Ninth. Right, hopefully we can get another run. As it stands, we'll be starting 10th. So we need to set a faster lap time. We need a mistake-free run. Come on, YouTube Racing Team car. You can do it. I can't do it. Oh, I just crack under pressure. Okay, right, let's just see what we can do. It's only minor. It's only minor. Jeff said it's minor. We're fine. And that is qualifying complete. A 1:42.4 from Bottas. I knew they were sandbagging. I knew it. They've been so quick throughout practice, they had to have been sandbagging. Right, we've gone past the part where I made the mistake last time, and we're now over 1.1 seconds up. And with less damage. A second and a half up. Come on, we could still make up positions here. Just gone purple through sector 2. .9 seconds up on where I was last time. Where did we finish? Where did we qualify? Oh! Second! What? With damage. We're on the front row. We were 1/10 of a second off pole with damage. With a damaged wing. I'm speechless. I feel like the difficulty level has to be turned up a bit for the race, because obviously this isn't very realistic, but the difficulty level hasn't changed throughout the season. I've certainly not got better. Okay, so I'm a point ahead of Gasly on the rivalries front now. I cannot believe it that we've qualified in second place. Might have something to do with, look, we're using all pretty much brand new parts for the engine, for the power unit. This race, so it might have something to do with that. That'll be helping us in a straight line. Let's get to the race and see what we can do. Can we finish on the podium? It would be amazing if we could. What's our best result, actually, just before we do start the race? Our best result so far is 7th in Bahrain, which was also the last time we scored points. Let's see if we can get back in the points again here in Azerbaijan.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position and Stewart completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Vettel, Hamilton, Max Verstappen and Stroll.
We didn't
Albon,
even get our
Perez,
picture up there.
Leclerc and Lando Norris. Sainz, Gasly, Kevin Magnussen and Ricciardo. Ocon, Kvyat, Kimi Raikkonen and Guan Yu Zhou.
Yeah.
Grosjean, Giovinazzi, Latifi and George Russell.
Personal
ends our
best
grid
qualifying
lineup.
positions for
It's
both
almost
myself
time
and
for those
Joe.
5 red lines to
YouTube
go
racing
out.
team coming up in the
Then
world
let's
at
see who
Azerbaijan.
can prevail today.
Right, how? Yeah, I think everyone else will. Will everyone else have to pit twice if they're starting on the softs? I don't know. Fuck it. We'll go. We'll go with the default strategy: mediums to hards. The softs just seem so unusable in these races because they barely last any time at all. We are away on the warm-up lap. Our best qualifying position.
Coming off the practice start. Watch the RPM on the full start. We don't want to bog down.
Our best qualifying position of the season by a country mile. And it's Guan Yu Zhou's best as well in 18th. Our best finish of the season so far is 7th in Bahrain. It's also the last time we scored points. Last time we finished in the top 10 and actually left with points. I'm certainly hoping to leave with points from here. Probably put the curse on it by saying that, but never mind.
Radar is clear. Weather is looking good for now.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear. No rain forecast. I'll put it in rich for the start of the race. Now, we're going with a one-stop strategy. This corner is going to be horrible. We're going with a one-stop strategy and hoping it'll work for us. We're going mediums to hards. The softs only last about 6 or 7 laps on this track apparently. So, according to the strategists in the team, it's not worth putting them on basically because it was going to work out to be about 12 seconds slower than the one-stop strategy of mediums to hards. So hopefully I can make the hards work. What I don't want to do is throw away a great starting position, A, with a mistake, or B, with picking a rubbish strategy. But we're on rich for the start. We're going to switch it onto overtake straight away. We'll see what we can do. But I'm starting on mediums and everyone around me is going to be on softs. So I probably will struggle at least at the beginning of this first stint. Oh, hello. Do you mind, Vettel? This is awkward. That doesn't happen in real Formula 1.
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed. Be ready with the clutch.
Okay, Jeff. The grid's formed. Here we go. The Baku Grand Prix from Azerbaijan is underway. We outbrake ourselves into the first turn. Damn it. I was hoping I was going to cover Bottas off by doing that, but... we lose out to Hamilton as well. Off the line. Not the end of the world. Mercedes probably always going to have the measure of us over the course of the Grand Prix anyway. Let's see what we can do. They're on the faster tyre at the moment, so you'd certainly expect them to be pulling away like they are early on in this race. Do you know what? I'm never prepared for how much heavy fuel load affects the car compared to what you run in sort of qualifying and practice.
Alright, let's focus now for the rest of the race.
So although I lost a position off the start, I'll take this. We're still running in 3rd place in a Grand Prix. Oh, that wasn't good. Here comes Vettel. Oh, no. He thought better of it. We're too quick in a straight line. Verstappen's coming with the slipstream, though. Vettel apparently held off Verstappen through there. This first stint is going to be about just seeing how close I can stay to the 2 Mercedes in front. Not very close if I'm doing things like that. not flat out through there yet because of the high fuel loads in the car. And again, that's one of those differences that I was talking about between practice, qualifying and the actual race. He can gain on me in the slipstream, but he's not.
When you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
But he's not fast enough when he pulls alongside. Flip the wall a little bit there. Slight damage on the left front wing. It's not too bad. No, I'm definitely a bit of a cork in the bottle at the moment. I'm slowing the guy behind me down. However, I'm on the medium tyres, they're on the softs. Those tyres aren't going to last too much longer for them. Another couple of laps maybe, and we'll be at the crossover point where my tyres will become the faster tyres. And they're going to be having to pit and sort of lap 6, 7. I suppose they might be able to eke it out to lap 8. I'm hoping all these cars that start on the softs are going to have to two-stop. Because the alternative strategy that it gave me by default was a soft, medium, soft, medium, soft, medium strategy. So where they're starting on softs, I'm kind of hoping that their strategy is going to be soft, medium, medium. I don't know if soft hard will get them to the end of the race. If it does, of course they'll go with that strategy. But either way, my tyres will be fresher. I'll be on hards after these mediums. But either way, my tyres will be fresher than theirs towards the end of the race and when I first put them on, because I'll be pitting so much later than them. So I should have an advantage in terms of speed towards the end of the race at least. No! Oh, it was going so well. Again, I'm just used to taking those corners flat out, like I was in practice and qualifying. And I even called that on the last lap. So very stupid of me to bin it into the wall like that, but here goes Vettel with DRS now.
Okay, we lost the position. Try to keep focus.
We're now going to have DRS on him. See what the YouTube racing team car is made of. Bollocks. Right. That was a bit overly ambitious. This time he's going defensive. So we're going to go to the outside. Give him room on the inside.
to car in front is 3.8 seconds.
Yeah, this is helping the two Mercedes get away. Bottas and Hamilton are going to disappear up the road if we're not careful. So I'm losing time fighting with these guys behind, but I'm maintaining track position, and that's going to be important later on in the race.
Be careful, we think you're going to start losing some tyre grip around now.
If I'm losing tyre grip, then the other cars around me must be in a lot of trouble, since they're all on softs and I'm on the mediums. Yeah, this time I'm safe from the dive bomb. Tell you what, their tyre life is coming to an end because I'm gaining on Hamilton. And I've dropped Verstappen. Oh, Verstappen's got ahead of Vettel, I've just realised that as well. I pulled away from the guys behind. And I'm closing down on Lewis Hamilton in front.
A new strategy is available on the MFD.
Oh, we'll see what that is in a second. No.
Okay, copy that. The gap to the car ahead is 2.9 seconds.
I don't want to pit that early. I want to just try and eat these tyres out for as long as possible. The Bottas has pitted. Who's going to come in behind? Neither of them have pitted yet behind. Still Verstappen and Vettel. Perez right with them. I told you the racing points are quick round here. They've got good top end speed. Much the same as us. So whatever tracks we're good at, the racing points will tend to be good at as well, I think. And see how much closer we've got to Lewis Hamilton over the last lap or two. I suspect he'll come into pit this lap. And indeed he is, which gives us the lead of the race, I believe, for the first time in a Grand Prix. believe it's the first time YouTube Racing have led a race. So the alternate strategy that that Jeff tried to get me to use a couple of laps ago was to pit at the end of lap 9, which is not this lap, but the lap I'm about to begin.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the hards.
So I know that if I do have problems with the tyres, I can dive into the pits. It's a suggested strategy, so... Magnussen's in third place at the moment. That Haas has leapt up the performance board. Had a couple of major upgrades, I think, since the last race. Which is kind of worrying because they are a team that are challenging with us towards the bottom of the table in the constructors' standings. That does make our job that much more difficult fighting them. Sainz in second is on the hards. So he's obviously going long into the race. I'm assuming putting on mediums towards the end. Bottas is on the hards, so the soft runners will be going soft hard, I'm guessing. Alex Albon's out. Yeah, Hamilton's on the hards as well. So the drivers that started on the softs in the top 10 are all going soft hards. But whether or not the hards will make it to the end, I don't know. They may have to pit again. Even though our mediums are getting on a bit, quite old, we are still pulling away from Carlos Sainz.
Caution, caution.
Oh, he really put me off being there. That was badly done by me. The stricken car of Albon put me off. Easily distracted. Bottas is right on signs now, so he's probably going to come flying past him. And we're going to pit this lap.
Box, box. We're coming in this lap.
Yeah, the tyres are definitely feeling a lot worse for wear now.
Those tyres are going to fall off the cliff soon. Take extreme care.
Thank you, Jeff. It's like he's in the car with me. Yes, on this lap we are not pulling away from Carlos Sainz. It's stayed about the same. In fact, scratch that, he's gaining on me. Right, where are we going to come out? Oh, Bottas got ahead of Sainz.
Exit now.
2.6, not a bad stop.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
Who's that behind us? Ocon. So we've jumped ahead of Ocon. He started on the hard, so he's going to be pitting again anyway. It's a good thing we didn't get caught behind him. Magnussen in front. So Magnussen between us and the Mercedes. Magnussen will need to pit because he hasn't pitted yet. He started on the hards. I don't need to pit again. These hards will take me to the end of the race. The question is, do Hamilton and Bottas need to pit again? What I've done by going long, and what the teams, kind of the mid-table teams, have inadvertently helped me with here by starting on these hard tyres, is the likes of Verstappen and Vettel, who were right behind me earlier before they pitted, are caught up in the pack somewhere. So they must be behind like Ocon and Gasly. Which is really good for me, because that gives me breathing space behind when these guys pit. We are coming at Magnussen.
Guan Yu is in the pits. Guan Yu in the pits.
It was a touch, but it was fine. Even with the touch, we went purple in the first sector. Oh, that's because I'd left it on rich. Never mind, we've got some fuel to spare. What we don't have to spare is ERS, so I'll try not to leave that on as well. I'm going to assume that Bottas and Hamilton aren't pitting again. Forgot how to speak for a second there. Which means I'll need to overtake them on track if I'm going to try and win this race. I'm 2.7 seconds behind Hamilton at the moment, 2.8. He's got DRS on signs, he's passed him. He's just got the fastest lap of the race as well. Although,
New fastest lap of the race.
he didn't have that for long. Sainz is still fighting Hamilton. He could hold him up a little bit, and that would be fine by me. What I could really do with is Sainz pitting at the end of this lap. On purple in the first sector again. Now we're not bouncing off Magnussen. I can see Verstappen caught up in that train of cars behind me on the mini-map. That's ruined my chances of passing signs on this lap. Sliding about all over the place like that. We do have DRS though, which is a good thing.
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. We're increasing our gap on the car behind by around a second a lap.
You'll take that, won't you? Going around the outside of signs into this turn. Similar to the move we pulled on Vettel earlier on in the race. Except it didn't take us 2 attempts to do it. And we are right on Hamilton now. Bollocks. Ah. Do you know what? I had been driving quite well up to then as well. Okay, this is it. We could have Hamilton here. We're pretty much out of ERS. We're going to have DRS. That Mercedes is mighty, but we're still coming at it.
Brilliant. Nice move.
Oh, don't speak too soon, Jeff. Oh, We got DRS as well. Even though we were in front, we must have been behind at the detection point. And just like that, Hamilton is dispatched. Took us a couple of corners. Did bump him a little bit on the first turn, but Rubin's racing, which is it's definitely not what they say in Formula 1. Rubin is a trip to the steward's room in Formula 1. That wasn't good. You know what, I've overtaken Lewis Hamilton and then driven absolutely terribly for the rest of the lap. Only Bottas in front of us now. 2.5 seconds ahead. He's catchable, but then we're catchable as well to Hamilton, so just because I've overtaken Hamilton doesn't mean I can relax and forget about him. He's very much still in play in this race. Bottas has older tyres than Hamilton. He pitted a couple of laps before Lewis. So, or maybe a lap before Lewis, I can't remember. Either way, Hamilton's tyres are fresher than Bottas's. So in theory, he should be slower. My tyres are fresher than both of them. But then my car isn't as good as these two. Although, no, actually, I can't criticise the car. Not at this track. Yes, in terms of overall performance, we're level with Alfa Romeo and only ahead of Williams. Everyone else is rated above us. However, we're so fast in a straight line, which is crucial at Azerbaijan. Because of this straight. We have a broken DRS to Hamilton, which is good.
The car behind is dropping back. We're seeing a gap form.
Just a little cripple on the wall there. Nothing, nothing too serious. That was pretty serious. Squeaky bum time there, but we've saved it. Nothing but the best driving at Baku. Oh no, we're not taking that. Oh, I'm so bad. Who would have thought that that relatively easy corner would be the one to give me all the trouble in this race? Or almost all of the trouble anyway. Certainly more trouble than any of the other corners. Hamilton back in the DRS zone, so he's going to close down this straight. Even with DRS though, look, he's not closing that much.
We're starting to catch the car in front, but we need to look after the tyres. We won't be making another pit stop.
But will they? That's the question.
You're sat in P2, Bottas is ahead of you. Our gap to the car in front is 2.0 seconds. They're on old hards. Hamilton behind. The gap is less than a second. They're on old hards. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. 8 laps to go.
That didn't tell me whether or not they think they're going to pit again in front. Well, and behind, really. I'd quite like Hamilton to pit again because he's putting a lot of pressure on me. And yes, I've got fresher tyres, but I can believe that they both look after their tyres a lot better than I do. So I'm not very good at this game, but I am good at this track. Apart from this corner. Yeah, but we made it round this time. It's all good. All gravy. 1.5 seconds to Bottas in front. Come on. We can do this. We've still got the fastest lap of the race, and unless someone hits and goes for fastest lap, I think we might end with the fastest lap of the race. Bottas is slipping about a bit, so are we. Everyone's struggling on the tyres. Come on, come on. And 1.4 seconds to Bottas. We're faster than him in this first sector, but then he's faster in the middle sector, and I think we're about even in the final sector. It's a very good race, this. Who would have thought that a YouTube racing team would be fighting with Mercedes for the win? Oh, Sainz has got fastest lap. Well, we're not pitting again, and the tyres are a bit worn now, so that's our chance of fastest lap gone, because we won't go any faster than we already have. Sainz started on the hard, so he's probably put softs on at the end here. to get that fastest lap.
We advise moving to mix 2, fuel to mix 2.
Do you know what, Jeff? We're fine. We've been managing the fuel nicely. We're close to Bottas. We're inside DRS zone. Got a bit overexcited there.
Tyre condition is still looking good.
That's a bit of luck, because I don't think Bottas's is. Here we go, this is it.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Bottas is back up the inside, but we hold it. We are into the lead for the first time since the pit stops. We're on younger tyres. We're making mistakes though. Oh, come on. No. Tyres may be younger, but they're still not great. And now starting to feel how the mediums felt the last couple of laps before I pitted with them. Bottas is still in the DRS zone. He will be closing. Oh, that wasn't good. Run away! Our last points finish was in the second race of the season in Bahrain. It was also our best finish of the season, in 7th place. With 3.5 laps to go, we are in the lead, and not only in the lead but pulling away from the 2 Mercedes drivers in 2nd and 3rd. Verstappen 4th and Vettel in 5th, but they got caught up behind those midfield drivers, and that kind of ruined their race in terms of challenging for the podium. Three laps to go. Carlos Sainz with another fastest lap. these tyres are not feeling great. But they're good enough, and that's all that matters. Hamilton and Bottas are really starting to drop back now. Their older tyres really starting to hurt them. Good call by me not to pit early and go onto the hards earlier than I had to. Otherwise I'd probably have been in a similar boat by now. Really struggling back there with them. But also, good call using the mediums for the second quali. That is what's put me in this position. Going out on mediums and setting my fastest time for Q2 on the medium tyre. Messing up that second run in quali 2, where I was on the softs, has actually turned out to be somewhat of a blessing. So if I hadn't have messed it up, I'd have started on the softs and probably done the exact same strategy as the two Mercedes behind me, in which case I would have found catching and passing them very difficult indeed. Those mediums gave me a clear advantage over the two Mercedes.
2 laps of fuel left.
Yeah, we've only got a lap of the half of the race left, Jack. Yeah, those mediums gave me a clear advantage over the two Mercedes just before they pitted. I was gaining on them. And now I'm on the hards, because the hards that I've got on are that much younger than theirs. It's given me the advantage I need to overtake and pull away. Here it is then. We begin at our final lap of the race.
This is your final lap of the race.
No silly mistakes now, Dave. Come on. Hamilton has passed Bottas for second. Still don't think he's gaining on me. Even Lewis Hamilton, who's been pretty much untouchable this campaign, can't stop us in this race. Can't stop the YouTube racing team car at Baku. It'll be interesting to see where Guan Yu Zhou finishes after his best ever starting position of 18th. It's ERS to the end. Oh man, messed up that second to last corner, so he just eased off of it a bit. Right, never mind about the ERS. Turn it down to lean. Hamilton's coming back at us very quickly actually on this final lap. He's like a cheat code on the final lap, but it doesn't matter. We win the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Achievement as well. Get shifty. Won a race while using manual transmission. Still didn't get driver of the day. It's Carlos Sainz.
Here we are then, it's victory in Azerbaijan. Great work from the whole team here at the track and back at the factory as well. And some pretty handy driving for good measure.
The driving wasn't too bad.
Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
Well, they certainly stood out as a driver with tons of confidence on the track. I think their ability to keep their cool, even during some of the more hectic parts of the race, meant they were able to capitalise on the mistakes of other drivers, giving them the opportunity to make their way to the top spot with ease.
And I'll have to disagree with you. I think the ability to replay
Welcome then to the podium, our
helped us
top
out
three
there.
drivers. What a great effort from them today in a very difficult race.
Yes. First ever podium, and it's the top step. Paying absolutely no attention to Lewis Hamilton there.
So, let's review the driver's standings. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Now, let's discuss, Ants. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Carlos Sainz would be my first choice for this race. He had excellent race stamina, giving him the opportunity to charge through the ranks. Daniel Ricciardo certainly impressed me today, an incredible performance. I know that's at odds with the official decision, but I think they deserve some recognition on a day where both of these drivers are at the top of their game.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, good work from the owner-drivers team this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action. I can't wait to see what's next.
What an incredible race. Race winners for the first time. YouTube racing team race winners for the first time. Look at that fastest lap as well. Faster than Hamilton's fastest lap. Only a couple of attempts slower than Carlos Sainz, who I think is the only person faster than us. Fair play to Sainz as well. Started 11th, finished 6th. That's a really good strategy from him. Daniel Ricciardo, similar. Started 14th, finished 9th. Gasly got into the points as well. He's our rival. You look down the list though, look, the likes of Ocon didn't score points. Norris didn't score points. Lance Stroll didn't score points after starting 6th. These are cars that you'd expect to. Stroll obviously got caught up, started on the softs from making the top 10 and then got caught up behind a few lower ranked cars. Guan Yu Zhou started 18th and finishes 18th. He got done by Giovinazzi and Grosjean, but in turn he overtook Daniel Kvyat, who did stop twice to be fair, and obviously Alex Albon who DNF'd. Yeah, Guan Yu Zhou though, fastest lap than both of the Williams, considerably faster actually, and quite a bit ahead of Russell anyways, still 5 seconds clear of Latifi. He's done well there. Let's have a look at the standings. We jump up to 7th and we're 2 points ahead of Sergio Perez now. We are the lead driver outside of the Big Six. And look at the constructors' standings. We move level with McLaren. We're only 7 points behind Renault as well. That is definitely a fight that we're now involved in. I think definitely for 5th place in the standings, potentially for 4th place. We need some of these upgrades to start actually coming in, because the fact that they keep failing is very annoying. Obviously we were supposed to have a major powertrain upgrade for this race, which would have made us, I think, untouchable down the straights. We were pretty untouchable as it was, but I think if we'd have had that powertrain upgrade, no one would have got near us, and potentially Guan Yu Zhou could have done even better than he did as well, could have finished a bit higher up. Hopefully that'll be in for the next race. Hopefully we'll have some more upgrades. I think it's Canada next. I'm not 100% sure. If it is, it's another track that I really like. What a race. First for the first time. YouTube Racing Team's first ever win. We got an achievement out of it as well. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please hit the DRS on the like button and subscribe to see more, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.